Hey, this is Peter. We're in Emigrant Wilderness and you're watching NorCal Hiking. I'm here in mid-July. It's about 65 or 70 degrees here today with the breeze. It is important to wear layers. There can be snow on the ground here through June, at least mid-June. The best, most frequent time for this trip is July through October. Although the end of October can also be very snowy here. We had planned to come backpack here last October and ended up canceling due to a large snowstorm. Lots of wildflowers up here this time of year. Also, quite a few mosquitoes down by the lake. There's a bit of a breeze, so we're eating lunch up just away from the lake to escape the mosquitoes. But there's an interesting story in all the fauna up here. Everything that is able to survive in a harsh environment with very little soil. You can see the start of this tree here. Like many of the other trees, it's starting in the very small deposits of dirt in between the granite and other stone up here. This area is typified by lakes and meadows. The lakes eventually filling up with sediment and becoming meadows. But in between those lakes and meadows is almost all stone rock with some forest. We're not quite above the tree line here. Most of the reality of there not being trees here is due to not the elevation but the soil conditions. The lack of a hospitable area to grow trees. The hike in is about 4.5 miles from Gianelli Trailhead. Of note, most of this hike is above 8,000 feet, some of it's above 9,000 feet. It's in the area where you might consider sleeping overnight at a slightly elevated area, either 4,000 or 5,000 feet, to get some acclimatation before engaging in a strenuous hike. There's a campground in Pinecrest. There are also some group camps. We're here staying the week at a group camp near Pinecrest. And this hike is actually organized by that group camp called the Lair of the Golden Bear. The lake's about 4.5 miles in. There's about 1,000 feet of elevation gain. There are 2 good hills coming in, which means there are 2 good hills coming out. The lake is just slightly lower than the trailhead. Chewing Gum Lake is relatively large. We've not taken the side trip to Powell Lake. There's a short half-mile jaunt to Powell Lake, which is a shorter backpacking hike. But you can see that this is a relatively large lake. There's room for backpackers. We did see some backpackers coming out. If you do overnight here, you need a permit from the National Forest, from the ranger station down in Pinecrest. Do not need a permit for day hiking, however.